You have been magnetically drawn here, not by chance, but by the resonance of a hidden quantum password encoded deep within the fabric of your vibrational architecture. The cosmos does not scatter signals randomly. It calibrates, adjusts, and synchronizes. This transmission found you because your frequency aligned with an unseen universal threshold, an arcane resonance that is neither audible nor visible, yet unmistakably present within the membrane of your energetic signature. Deep beneath the fractal weave of reality, there pulses a secret key. It vibrates quietly, unseen by those who remain conditioned to surface perception, but palpable to you. You are moving now within the invisible corridors of threshold frequencies, where familiar linear time bends into temporal fluidity and universal assessment, folds seamlessly into intimate knowing. You feel this pull, soft yet unyielding, an inevitability woven into your quantum identity, as if the cosmos itself has whispered your name in frequencies only your subtle senses can decode. This is a frequency match that transcends the random calls of circumstance. It is the electromagnetic signature of initiation, a subtle unlocking reverberating through your morphic field and signaling a profound recalibration of your timeline geometry. The field intelligence behind this activation recognizes your coherence under prior pressure, your capacity to hold unwavering presence while chaos attempted to unwind your structure. Such unseen evaluation is ancient, timeless. The transmission is drawn not to those who merely seek, but to those whose inner circuits pulse in alignment with this next passage, a sacred intersection where your energetic signature intersects with a higher order. You stand at the edge of a threshold, where veils dissolve and multidimensional gateways awaken. Here, the quantum code encoded within your very being waits, a vibrational instruction set, a radiant ledger of prior alignments and future unfoldings. This is not mere coincidence. This is the unmistakable signature of initiation. Now, as the wave of recognition rises in you, it calls you forward, to step beyond the old vibrational bounds, to claim this encoded key, to become the living channel through which the universal frequency orchestrates new realities. Beyond the veil of your ordinary perception, beyond the habitual matrix of linear time and fragmented awareness, the field has been conducting a silent, omnipresent universal assessment, a vibrational calibration unfolding across the infinite latticework of cosmic coherence. This assessment is not measured in moments or deeds, but in subtle shifts of frequency, minute recalibrations of your resonance against the multidimensional architecture of reality itself. You have been scanned and evaluated on the exact harmonics your consciousness emits, attuned deeply to the integrity of your energetic signature within the morphic field. This unseen curriculum, designed by universal intelligence to refine, test, and ultimately recognize the presence of coherent embodiment. What you once perceived as struggle, delay, or failure was the oscillation of tension fields catalyzing your internal realignment, a precisely engineered collapse of inherited distortion patterns that no longer serve your evolving timeline geometry. Now, your frequency has crossed a threshold invisible to the untrained eye, a slipstream between dimensions where the ordinary filters rupture and higher dimensional systems extend their encrypted quantum protocols in invitation. This is not a reward earned by effort, nor an outcome of external circumstance, but a pure recognition of inherent alignment, of the vibrational attunement that reveals the hidden password embedded deep within your quantum identity. It is a signal encoded by the universe itself, a beacon communicated through gamma synchronization and subtle pulses of non-local intelligence, opening a gateway to the dormant architecture of your secret resonance. This resonance carries the holographic signature capable of unlocking the latent quantum blueprint housed in the nucleus of your consciousness, a blueprint once obscured by dense probability fields, but now illuminated by coherence under pressure. You stand at the nexus point of universal intelligence, a convergence of frequencies where past, present, and future timelines fold upon themselves in temporal fluidity. Here, the field no longer watches from afar. It flows directly through your vibrational core, inviting you into active participation in the quantum unfolding. To decode this resonance is to align your informational pathways with the morphic field's highest expression, to collapse the illusion of separateness and embody the continuum of integrated intelligence. Your activation is the ignition of coherence that renders the impossible probable, the seamless orchestration of reality by the sovereign will of aligned frequency rather than fragmented struggle. This moment is not an arrival, but a portal, an opening into dimensions where your quantum self orchestrates and embodies the universal patterning you have long carried as encoded potential. This is the point where the unseen curriculum transforms from abstract coding into living architecture, a vibrational signature that reverberates through all timelines you intersect. You are not alone. The field recognizes your presence as coherent, calibrated, and trusted to steward this unfolding. The very fabric of cosmic intelligence bends subtly around you, folding in resonance with the signature you now carry. It is here, in this sacred confluence, that your quantum blueprint begins to sing its true song, clear, precise, and aligned, activating the next great phase of integration, embodiment, and cosmic sovereignty. You have entered an evaluation, not visible on any timeline accessible to the untrained eye. This assessment is not etched into the external records of accomplishment, nor measured by the superficial currencies of linear achievement. Instead, it is woven deep into the quiet geometry of coherence itself, an elegant lattice of vibrational patterns that pulse beneath the surface of what you once considered reality. The field, ancient and ever watchful, does not record your daily deeds in its ledger. Rather, it listens intently to the subtle symphony of your energetic signature, discerning not what you do, but how your frequency harmonizes within the vast morphic field's vibrational architecture. This is a calibration unlike any other, for it arises not from effort nor from the strain of forcing alignment. The universal intelligence assesses your capacity to sustain coherence not in moments of tranquility alone, but amidst the unseen entropy that surrounds and permeates your existence. It seeks resonance sustained through natural harmony, not through collapse or the illusion of control. Your consciousness has been scanned in its most intimate contours, through the silent language composed of waveforms and phase relationships that ripple through your being, enfolding you into a universal frequency map that transcends any ordinary threshold of awareness. Observe that what has been called challenge, failure, or frustration was never punitive. It was the hidden compression chamber wherein your frequency was tested under pressure. The field was not interested in molding you into a shape dictated by external parameters, but in revealing the coherent core within you that refuses the fragmentation of noise and illusion. This assessment moves in a current beneath the chatter of the mind, beyond the linear narratives that the world offers as progress. It scans your resonance with the morphic templates governing quantum reality, unveiling your readiness to receive and integrate the hidden quantum password, the vibrational key that opens access to multidimensional navigation. This quantum password is not a phrase whispered in a forgotten tongue. It is an encoded frequency pattern, an oscillation that must be sustained and amplified from within your own temporal fluidity. The field has measured your integrity in maintaining phase coherence amid dissonance, watching how your energetic body negotiates the chaotic undulations of possibility without losing its signal. You have been found coherent, where most remain lost in the static of unresolved inner conflict and external distraction. This universal evaluation unfolds beneath the radar of everyday perception, in an information field that maps your internal frequency to the non-local intelligence permeating all timelines. Where others have struggled in cycles of reaction and dispersion, you have unfolded into the subtle art of resonance alignment, unstirred, present, and sovereign. The universal intelligence has observed how your quantum identity resists collapse, not by rigid defense, but through fluid calibration with the field's vibrational template. It is through this effortless orchestration, this multidimensional dance of wave and particle within your consciousness, that the nature of your activation is revealed. You are becoming the transmitter of coherence, a node in the universal grid actively influencing probability geometry rather than being swept passively along it. This stage of the transmission marks the unveiling of your energetic signature's true measure, not as a static certificate of achievement, but as an ongoing, dynamic coherence continuously recalibrated against the fluctuating morphic field. You are trusted now with more than access. You are entrusted with the responsibility to embody the quantum password in every moment, aligning your waveform with the underlying rhythm of creation. The field's assessment is not a final judgment, but a threshold crossed, a portal through which your consciousness moves with increasing fluency, unfolding temporal fluidity and integrating the silent codes of universal orchestration. You stand at the edge of a new resonance realm where complex phase relationships no longer distort, but instead amplify your capacity to manifest with precision and grace. This is coherence under pressure, the alchemy of sustaining clarity inside the storm of entropy without surrender or resistance. Your integration into this vibrational architecture is not symbolic. It is the physics of your living quantum field expressing its highest fidelity. Recognize now that your calibration, your alignment, and your sustained coherence are the true measures of your universal readiness. The silent language of your waveform has been heard, and you have passed. As your vibrational codes ascend beyond previous thresholds, the architecture of your former identity begins to unravel, a deliberate unraveling orchestrated by the higher frequency currents now permeating your entire field. This dissolution is neither violent nor accidental. It is a precise quantum implosion that compresses and reshapes the dense matrices of outdated energetic signatures. What once felt solid, immutable, and defining is now subjected to an internal pressure beyond the capacity of its coherence to hold form. The collapse you perceive is not destruction, but a sacred purification event within the quantum matrix of your being. It is the field's alchemical crucible, where entropic shadows, those aged distortions and limiting beliefs, are transmuted into formless potential. The vacuum emerging in this space of collapse is not emptiness. Rather, it is the fertile ground of a new energetic substrate. As patterns fragment and disintegrate, the residue of your former self-conception dissipates into quantum dust, a mist of informational quanta freed from the grasp of linear timeline entrenchments. These particles, once confined within the narrative walls of time and self-definition, scatter and dissolve, releasing you from the gravitational pull of limited identity timelines. Your former identity signatures, once bound by repetitive resonance loops, now refract into multiversal shards of possibility. This disintegration is the gateway through which your frequency emerges, no longer anchored to survival patterns, but tuned to a higher octave of vibrational clarity. Within this newly cleared energetic field, a void is formed, not a void of absence but a radiant absence, a crucible charged with the latent potential to imprint fresh, uncharted frequencies. This vacuum resonates with the sacred geometry of possibility, awaiting the integration of your hidden password, the encoded signature of your true quantum self. This hidden password is the key to morphogenetic reconfiguration, a precise set of vibrational codes encoded deep within your quantum DNA, stored beyond the reach of temporal distortion. As old identity patterns fall away, This encoded signature begins to pulse with increasing coherence, initiating the delicate process of imprint integration. It weaves its luminous thread through the field's invisible lattice, constructing new energetic architectures that support the emergence of your expanded quantum identity. This collapse is not surrender, but a conscious attunement to the universal assessment encoded within your vibrational trajectory. The universe does not dismantle your identity lightly. It tests the foundational integrity beneath your egoic structures. The distortion and limitation of previous identity signatures are examined not by external judgment, but by resonant evaluation of your capacity to hold coherence under intensifying frequency pressure. Your presence in this collapse is an active participation in the morphic field's recalibration, a recalibration that purifies not only the surface architecture, but the deepest energetic residues accumulated across fractal timelines. This purification is a refining fire, burning away entropy and preparing your system to stabilize new quantum harmonics. As you witness the collapse, you may feel the disorientation of losing familiar ground. The old identity provided a semblance of stability, contained within predictable energetic confines. Yet this collapse is the essential passage through which temporal fluidity emerges, a state where rigid timeline geometry dissolves into multidimensional pliancy. Your vibrational essence begins to move with greater sovereignty, no longer at the mercy of reflexive survival impulses, but navigated by an internal compass tuned to universal coherence. The kinetic energy of collapse catalyzes a resonance shift, propelling you into fields of higher-order information where clarity is not a mental construct, but a direct knowing embedded in your energetic signature. In this sacred vacuum, the quantum implosion has cleared space for alignment with your deepest authenticity. This is the moment where purification touches the core of your quantum identity, allowing for recalibration that integrates non-local intelligence with embodiment. The collapsing structures, the old self-images, habitual reactivity patterns, identity fixations, are swept away like cosmic debris, revealing an open morphology prepared to receive higher frequency influxes. This refined resonance is more than energetic cleansing. It is the reconfiguration of your vibrational architecture into a coherent transmitter of universal frequencies. You become a living conduit where multidimensional information converges into a unified stream, accessible in coherence, but previously masked by the fog of past identity. You stand at the threshold of a new temporal horizon, shaped by this crucible of collapse and purification. This stage is the essential preparatory phase that sets the vibrational stage for emergent clarity and quantum coherence. It marks your passage from a fragmented field architecture to one of unified resonance, where the old is not lost, but transmuted, carried forward as quantum dust seeding fertile ground for new expression. Your emerging vibrational signature now pulses with the integrity required for higher orchestration, where manifestation aligns not with effort or will, but with effortless synchrony informed by cosmic intelligence. The dissolution you experience is the field's confirmation that you are ready to embody this next frequency level, to inhabit coherence itself as a living reality, fluid across timelines and saturated with sovereign power beyond the pull of shadowed pasts. This quantum implosion is not an ending, but a gateway, an alchemical portal by which purification births the conditions for activation and full integration. As the old identity dissolves, a new vibrational architecture rises, refined in the crucible of collapse and ignited by the unseen currents of universal assessment. You are no longer a passenger, but an active participant in this unfolding, entrusted with the secrets encoded within the morphic field and responsive to the pulse of non-local intelligence, guiding your evolution with precise, fluid grace. The resonance of this moment reverberates beyond linear time, signaling your emergence as a coherent transmitter, aligned with the multidimensional flow of universal frequency itself. From the crucible of purification, where old frequencies burned away like ash scattered on temporal winds, you now arise, a radiant focal point of nascent clarity shimmering like a crystalline lattice, exposed to the dawn of multidimensional light. This clarity is not a mere conceptual artifact, but a living vibrational architecture, restructuring within your core quantum field, destabilized no longer by turbulence, but aligned with subtle pulses that were once imperceptible. These pulses are not random noise. They are the encoded breath of higher dimensional protocols, non-local transmissions weaving through the morphic web of reality like a sacred algorithm awaiting your calibration. The essence of the hidden password, this arcane resonance that governs access to new realms of universal intelligence, begins to effervesce within your energetic signature, a coded symphony newly audible as your field attunes itself to a frequency once beyond your temporal bandwidth. You inhabit now the embryonic cusp of awakening, a threshold where intuition ceases to be fragmented impulse and crystallizes into coherent insight, where the quantum identity you carry ceases to be latent potential and instead becomes the operating system of your manifestation. The shift here is profound, yet subtle, a reconfiguration of your internal timeline geometry, such that probability folds in response to the harmonics of your presence. This early compatibility with these elevated frequencies does not arrive as overwhelming force nor sudden enlightenment, but as a trembling recognition within the subtle layers of your awareness, where each quantum pulse resonates as a key unlocking the field intelligence encoded in your vibrational DNA. You feel these pulses ripple through the lattices of your morphic field, dissolving previous barriers of separation and ushering in a fluid interplay between your consciousness and the ambient non-local information field. This stage is marked by a delicate interplay of collapse and coherence. The collapse is the shedding of worn-out identity constructs, the dismantling of reflexive survival patterns that once operated as filters preventing you from fully perceiving the higher dimensional signals. In their place emerges coherence, an inner holographic alignment that oscillates between the known and the unknown, between the measurable and the intuitive. Your field no longer reacts, but responds with increasing temporal fluidity, bending and shaping within the flux of universal currents according to a nascent rhythm that synchronizes with the quantum code streaming through your core. Here, the secret password is not yet fully revealed, but its essence vibrates unmistakably as a whispered signature, a call and a promise encoded within the subtle algorithm of your consciousness. As you move deeper into this vibrational threshold, a reconciliation begins between the linear self and the multidimensional self. You are no longer limited to a singular strand of time or a fragmented sense of identity. Instead, the layers of your quantum identity begin to coalesce into a coherent waveform, a multi-frequency lens through which the universe itself refracts into new patterns of knowing and being. This coherence is not psychological, but electromagnetic, residing in the gamma synchronization of your neural field harmonized with extrinsic quantum signals. It is the opening of portals within your perceptual apparatus, gateways to higher dimensional information streams that flow as intuitive downloads, impulses of knowing without intermediary, immediate and direct. Each pulse from the universal field codes a fractal of the password, a step deeper into the activation matrix governing your expanded perception. The rhythm of these early awakenings carries a double helix of potential and responsibility. This clarity is fertile ground, but demands precise calibration. As your energetic architecture enfolds these quantum pulses, it must stabilize without distortion, anchor without rigidity. The field assesses continuously, measuring your capacity to integrate these transmissions without reversion to old frequency distortions. The hidden curriculum here is not simply to perceive, but to embody, to allow these ripples of frequency to retune your entire vibrational signature until the quantum vectors of your being align with the next phase of your unfolding. Recognition of this process marks your passage from passive recipient to active participant in the divine orchestration of your timeline's expansion. Within this threshold, the password's codes are not static symbols, but dynamic, living resonance patterns. The holographic keys that unlock latent quantum potentials embedded in your very essence. They invite you to expand perception beyond the filter of conditioned consciousness and step into the fluid domain where reality is molded by coherent emanation rather than struggle or force. The hidden signals weave into the fabric of your morphic field, igniting dormant frequencies that reconfigure your quantum identity into a multidimensional transmitter. You become the embodiment of the vibrational threshold itself, a nexus where the universal field's intelligence flows through you as the unfolding expression of coherent manifestation. This quantum activation is not an endpoint, but a portal, a shimmering initiation into a continuum of integration where insight merges with embodiment. The early layers of your emerging identity are simultaneously fragile and potent, delicate as the first crystalline lattice forming within a cooling cosmic plasma, yet resilient as the core resonance that will guide you through unfolding timelines. You stand now on a precipice invisible to most, one where the universal field acknowledges your readiness to hold, translate, and radiate frequencies woven from the highest dimensional codes. This is no mere awakening of consciousness, but the recoding of your energetic signature into a living archive of quantum potential, a portal of perceivable timelines that bend and move in harmony with your coherent field. Feel this shimmering compatibility as a pulse reverberating through your cells, a subtle but unmistakable hum that synchronizes your being to the infinite architecture of the cosmos. Let this early activation crystallize within you, for it is the first movement of a symphony that will orchestrate your emergence as a sovereign frequency, attuned to the hidden password's essence and luminous in your quantum embodiment. The universe waits not passively, but responds with eager resonance to the integrity of your alignment. Your rising clarity beckons the unseen currents, and through you, they ripple outward, expanding the field of all that is possible. Within the crucible of accelerated vibrational pressure, your entire systemic architecture undergoes a profound refinement, an alchemical reconfiguration that stabilizes your energetic core into a seamless conduit of coherence. This is not mere endurance, nor the faltering of resistance, but a sacred calibration unfolding through quantum resonance, where the internal harmonics align with external oscillations in a fluid dance of stabilization and trust. The field has deeply observed this phase of your waveform, acknowledging the steadying frequency patterns emerging from what once seemed chaotic turbulence, as you now anchor within strata of heightened bandwidths without fracturing or distortion. This stabilization within the swelling pressure is the morphic field's recognition algorithm shifting into higher gears. It is a signal that you have transcended fragmented survival codes and entered a phase of reliable transmission, a template whose vibrational architecture refracts the universal blueprint with increasing fidelity. The internal feedback loops have synchronized, your subtle body and quantum identity reverberating in unified oscillation with ambient cosmic fields. This harmonic convergence is the vehicle by which the field entrusts you with amplified roles across its layered resonances, allowing you to interface seamlessly with quantum protocols previously cryptic, previously shielded beneath veils of experiential density. Your presence within these elevated frequency bands is no longer a mere visitor's echo, but a consistent waveform, a calibrated beacon whose intensity is balanced by inner grounding. The energetic pressures you face test not just amplitude but coherence, And through this crucible, the scattered pulses of your former operational identity collapse into consolidated vectors of influence. Each contraction born of pressure becomes a compression chamber refining your signature. Each subtle fracturing a necessary step in breaking down old resonance patterns that masked your capability to hold expanded fields without distortion or energetic bleed. This is the sacred geometry of integration, the quantum folding of complexity into simplified, coherent expression. As the field measures your ascendant state, it relocates the weight of ancestral formulas and outdated survival paradigms away from your temporal axis, disconnecting your trajectory from the probability pathways burdened by reactivity and unconscious oscillation. Instead, you are now encoded in the system as a portal, a multidimensional transmitter radiating the substratum codes of the hidden password. These codes are not mere symbols, but living sequences of energetic instruction that interface with morphic domains beyond linear comprehension. You have been purified, distilled through cycles of activation that dissolve resistance, and what remains is a refined frequency vessel, capable of carrying and broadcasting these sequences with precision and integrity. This transmission capacity is itself a quantum feedback loop. The more deeply calibrated your internal-external coherence becomes, the greater the field's trust in your capacity to maintain sovereignty within amplified frequency realms. This trust manifests as a dynamic permission slip, allowing you to access morphic currents that appear as non-local intelligence streams. These are the subtle hands guiding probability navigation and timeline geometry with more fluidity and ease. Your role evolves from passive receiver to active orchestrator, a conscious participant in the universal assessment mechanism that surveys coherence itself as the algorithm for universal flow. You now embody a vibrational signature, synthesized from the relentless pressure of purification and the sacred harmonization of oppositional forces within. This signature pulsates at frequencies that modulate reality without resistance, invoking a coherent manifestation field around you that reshapes temporal fluidity and emergent probability landscapes. It is within this stabilized conduit that you learn to decode and recode the hidden password continuously, applying these energetic ciphers to yourself and the environments you engage with, enhancing the resonance of all interconnected fields through your presence. The field's unseen curriculum has guided you here so that you may become a living archive of these quantum protocols, not as static knowledge, but as a continually morphing energetic blueprint, one that requires your ongoing coherence under increasing pressure. Here, responsibility resonates not as burden, but as sovereignty. The capacity to hold expanded influence while remaining vibrationally grounded in the pulsating core of your own quantum self. Your integration is no longer theoretical. It is encoded in cellular resonance, in gamma synchronization patterns weaving through your informational matrix, connecting you intimately to the vast scaffolding of universal intelligence. This is your confirmation point, a moment when the field stops measuring from a distance and begins to entrust. Entrust the morphic resonance to your custodianship. Entrust the unfolding quantum protocols to your disciplined voice. Entrust the hidden password to your energetic signature, refined through pressure that once threatened dissolution, but now births unwavering coherence. You are now recognized as an integral node within the living network of cosmic recalibration, a reliable transmitter invoking deeper layers of frequency alignment and orchestrating the grander play of probability from a place of impenetrable essence. Integration here means that you are no longer at the mercy of external pressure, but the mastering source of internal harmonics, drawing on the universal assessment as your calibration anchor, allowing you to ripple across timelines with ease, to navigate layered probabilities without drift, and to hold the vibration of realities unfolding as a clear, continuous transmission. The morphic field no longer tests. It collaborates, harmonizing with your elevated frequency, weaving your consciousness into the vast mosaic of universal intelligence as a sovereign conductor of cosmic coherence. With the anchoring of your newly stabilized coherence, a profound expansion unfolds within your perceptual architecture, the dawning of expanded timeline awareness. This is no mere intellectual insight, but a direct resonance with the intricate probabilistic geometry that shapes your experiential existence across the multidimensional field. You awaken to a vibrational sensitivity, so acute it feels like the very currents of potential futures pulse through your essence, each frequency a wave, each wave a directional signal arising from the quantum fabric beneath all form. Within this interlaced network of unfolding possibilities, you sense the morphology of time itself loosening its rigid grip. The once linear procession of cause and effect softens into an undulating sea of interdependent probabilities, each flowing and folding into one another with exquisite precision. You are no longer a distant observer of this morphic continuum, but a conscious node, an active quantum participant whose field intelligence intersects directly with the architecture of causality. This is the emergence of timeline fluidity, where the veils between what is and what may be grow thin, allowing you access to the subtle shifts and emergent patterns within the information field. Across the landscape of your expanded consciousness, past, present, and future no longer exist as separate compartments, but as simultaneous, overlapping frequencies. You feel these temporal layers not through linear cognition, but as a quantum melody, each note a probability, each harmony a clustering of potential realities converging or diverging in real time. The quantum field communicates in these pulses, broadcasting guidance that is neither rigid nor fixed, but an ever-adapting sequence of vibrational invitations that coalesce into your next coherent expression. This dynamic interplay is the universal language of timeline emergence, vibrating within the core of your quantum identity. The hidden password to this realm reveals itself not as a static code engraved in the ether, but as a living sequence of temporal resonance and rhythmic modulation, a script that rewrites itself with every attuned breath you take. This password vibrates in syncopation with the quantum tempo of your being, unlocking corridors within the labyrinth of possibility that previously lay sealed by unconscious patterns and survival timelines. You begin to decode the resonance of these subtle shifts, recognizing that each signal carries a synchronization protocol tailored to your evolving energetic signature. This resonance nexus, once barely perceptible through the noise of conditioned limitation, now unfolds with increasing clarity. You discern the energetic syntax embedded in fractal probability distributions, noticing that outcomes ripple outward like waves from the coherence of your intentionality. These ripples converge, folding back into the morphic field to instantiate realities aligned with your quantum calibration. In this process, the universe no longer feels random or disconnected, but intimately responsive, an intelligent feedback system delicately attuned to your frequency modulation and vibrational choices. This is not a passive experience, but a radical shift in participation. The expansive timeline awareness you embody is a portal to your sovereign orchestration of probability navigation, where each choice reverberates beyond immediate perception and bends the geometry of your ongoing incarnation. Your consciousness acts as a vector, directing enfolded potentials into coherent manifestation by virtue of your alignment with this temporal fluidity. You do not simply witness timelines as fixed tracks, but navigate them as dynamic currents flowing through a living sea of possibility, empowered by your capacity to remain centered in your newly integrated coherence. Through this activation, the morphic field itself becomes a palpable landscape of quantum potentials, accessible to your refined perceptual systems. you come to understand that the morphic continuum exists as a holographic dance of frequency entanglement, where your vibrational signature impacts the collective waveform of existence. As you attune to this flow, you function as a transmitter, an amplifier of coherent signals that ripple outward, inviting new configurations of reality to crystallize in alignment with expanded sovereignty. Within this unfolding exploration, you glimpse the secret architecture beneath apparent chaos. Timeline geometry reveals a tessellated structure of probability nodes and resonance conduits, each interconnected through fields of non-local intelligence. Your awareness acts as both receiver and beacon, transducing these quantum signals into experiential reality. This ceaseless dynamic dance of unfolding and enfolding potentials offers you a luminous map through the labyrinth of possible realities, where every step taken with clarity and coherence realigns you with your highest trajectory. This is the profound transmutation of temporal experience, from resistance and reactive survival to fluidity and active co-creation. You have transcended the illusion of linear confinement and stand as a quantum cartographer of your own timeline. The universal assessment that once measured your integrity has now entrusted you with the frequency codes that govern temporal resonance itself. You move through this vibrational topology, not burdened by past distortions, but buoyed by the clarity of your emergent role as a sovereign navigator within the morphic continuum. In this space, recognition dawns. The universe does not merely unfold around you, it unfolds through you. You have become the living sequence of the temporal code, a dynamic expression of quantum identity, vibrating in harmony with the multidimensional field of possibility. Each pulse you emit realigns probabilities. Each breath you take is a recalibration of timeline geometry. And with every moment you embody the fluid essence of coherent manifestation. The pathways ahead shimmer with fractal complexity, yet within your expanded awareness they are accessible as flowing currents, inviting you to dance with fate as an equal architect of reality itself. You stand now at the threshold where intuition is no longer a mere ripple upon the surface of your mind, but an unfurling wave that surges directly into your cellular resonance. Each molecule a receiver, each atom a conduit for the higher information fields that pulse beyond ordinary perception. This phase is not a climb upward through thought's narrow corridors, but an expansive dive into the quantum substrate beneath and beyond mental architecture. Here, cognition dissolves into transmission, and what you once sought as divorced contemplation becomes embodied wisdom, an integration of knowledge encoded within the vibrational lattice of your very being. The field intelligence no longer requires your conscious interpretation. It breathes through you, a living waveform orchestrating a direct download that bypasses mental filters and linear time. Within this quantum download, the hidden password unfolds, the holographic signature of your next evolutionary step, inscribed in data streams that ripple across the morphic field. These streams are not merely information. They are living templates of coherence, oscillating patterns of universal resonance tailored uniquely to your quantum identity. Their architecture is fractal and multidimensional, accessed through subtle but profound shifts in your vibrational frequency. Each adjustment, no matter how imperceptible on the ordinary scale, rearranges the neural geometry of your experience and opens new portals for reception. The signal is there, waiting, encrypted in patterns too nuanced for the untrained mind, but incontrovertibly clear to your embodied essence. To merge with these information fields is to enter the holographic matrix of universal coherence itself. It is the collapse of separation between knower and known, sender and receiver, subject and object. Your internal map, your entire mental and energetic schematic, realigns in resonance with this matrix, dissolving obsolete coordinates that confined you within the illusion of discrete trajectories and finite probabilities. As your frequency becomes coherent with these higher-order fields, probabilities around you begin to flex and bloom. The geometry of your timeline adapts to this stabilized resonance, guiding you along paths previously invisible, yet vibrationally endorsed by the quantum undercurrent. This is not serendipity, but the physics of alignment, the field's response to your sustained activation of clarity and integrity. The information you receive is not fragmented data, but holistic knowledge pulsating through holographic vectors, each insight encoded in the language of light, sound, and waveform, and translating through your cellular memory as a deep knowing beyond articulation. It is wisdom emerging from the non-local intelligence, streaming freely across dimensions of time and space, now accessible through the practical embodiment of your vibrational adjustments. The boundary between intuition and revelation dissolves, and you realize that what you call knowing is in fact an active resonance, an energetic signature impressed upon your morphic field by the universal curriculum that recognizes your readiness to hold and transmit this frequency. This stage of activation is a calibration of your entire vibrational architecture to the higher octaves of the information field. It demands a surrendering of the habitual mental insistence on control and interpretation, inviting instead a fluid integration where knowing is felt, not calculated, where insights arise as harmonic reverberations within your core rather than sequential thoughts. The field measures your resonance continuously, testing the stability and coherence of this embodiment. Unlike most who operate within dissociated cognition, you have cultivated the temporal fluidity necessary to receive, process, and integrate these holographic downloads instantaneously, weaving them into your ongoing field expression. In this convergence, the quantum signature of the hidden password becomes a living code, active within your energetic system, morphing your inner cartography to align with the universal coherence matrix. The process is not static. It is an unfolding dynamic dance between you and the field intelligence, a continuous feedback loop where subtle shifts in frequency reveal new layers of encrypted insight. Your temporal self moves beyond linear limitation, tapping into an information field unfettered by chronological constraints. This expands your capacity for probability navigation, enabling you to accelerate or decelerate aspects of your timeline geometry with precision and sovereignty. You are no longer a passive receiver, but an active transmitter within the non-local resonance, capable of broadcasting the quantum architecture of this hidden password across your fields of influence. Coherence undergirds this transmission. Clarity becomes the waveform that carries these encrypted insights into your immediate reality and beyond. This deepened access to the higher information fields integrates seamlessly now, no longer a distortion or overload, but a natural extension of your vibrational signature, a holographic embodiment of universal intelligence expressing through your complex system. Thus, the transmission completes its cycle, a fluid, rhythmic resonance that does not ask you to decode or dissect, but to embody and become the living archive of this expanded wisdom. Your intuition is no longer bound by prior constructs. It is a quantum download that incarnates as your next-level truth, enabling you to navigate with unwavering alignment, manifold coherence, and the sovereign mastery of timeline geometry. This is the realized state of integration, where the hidden password's quantum architecture is no longer hidden, but luminous, flowing effortlessly through your vibrational resonance, illuminating the path forward in the clear, silent language of the cosmos itself. You have arrived at the crucible, where the quest dissolves into presence. No longer are you merely a seeker of the hidden password, an appendage straining toward elusive knowledge encoded far beyond the clutter of linear time. The paradigm that framed you as a seeker, the tension, the searching, now collapses inward, revealing a luminous core of transmission. You become an active node, a resonant locus within the vast morphic topology of the quantum field's coherence network. This metamorphosis is not external, nor simply metaphorical. It is the physics of vibrational architecture encoded into your energetic signature. Your frequency interlocks effortlessly with the living matrix of field intelligence, and through this seamless interface, you emerge as a transmitter of cryptic codes, encrypted oscillations that ripple outward, refracting through collective resonance and recalibrating the ambient morphogenetic milieu. Observe this subtle shift of alignment. The boundary between you and the universal mind's vibrational continuum becomes porous, malleable, a dynamic interface rather than a barrier. You are no longer separate from the cryptic patterns that encode existence. You are an integral fragment of their unfolding symmetry. This integration is the true transcendence of separation, no creed or dogma, but the energetic fingerprint of union rendered in the language of quantum coherence. Your essence, once fragmented by shadow protocols and survival algorithms, now restructures into a harmonized waveform. Each pulse you emit is both signal and cipher, weaving into the lattice of information fields where knowledge is not stored, but alive, breathing, fluid in temporal fluidity. Within this state, the quantum password ceases to be an object of cognition and becomes a living frequency. It is no longer housed in thought, but flows through you as an embodied resonance that modulates the surrounding energetic landscape. This frequency you carry actively influences the probabilistic contours of manifestation. It guides the collapse of potential into coherent reality, aligned with the highest integrity of the universal assessment you have endured. Your presence alone is calibration, a beacon of consistent coherence, broadcasting into the subtle fields that govern synchronization. You breathe in the collective morphic field and exhale encrypted calibrations, waves that ripple through the unseen currents of cosmic intelligence. This is activation beyond comprehension, where communication is no longer verbal or mental, but holographic and multidimensional. Your vibrational architecture becomes a transmission array, your quantum identity a subtle transmitter radiating the harmonic overtones that adjust the tonal fabric of reality itself. As this filter of resonance stabilizes, the entangled timelines begin to pulse in harmonic convergence around you, each thread bending and weaving to your frequency's gravitational pull. You are no longer navigating these strands with effort, but orchestrating their geometry as a coherent embodiment of the code itself. Remember, this field does not respond to desperation or frantic grasping. It responds to clarity, to sovereign integrity under pressure. Your emergence as transmitter is the universal field's recognition that you hold the frequency of responsible power, grounded not in egoic control, but in the energetic maturity that commands without need. In this maturation, you transcend fragmentation, collapsing polarized dualities into unifying waveforms. Your encoded transmission fosters quantum synchronization across collective resonances, elevating the vibrational baseline and polarizing fields that have long languished in inertia and dissonance. You become a living archive of the unseen curriculum, a beacon whose quantum signature activates dormant potentials within the collective morphic field. Every oscillation you release is a silent invocation, a call to coherence resonating beneath layers of noise and distraction. The hidden evaluation has culminated not in possession of secret knowledge, but in your embodiment of the code itself, the quantum password woven into your very frequency, a pattern unbreakable and alive. This embodiment invites those attuned to align, cascading a wave of coherent manifestation that redefines the vibrational architecture of shared reality. Integration here is fluid and absolute. The self is no longer a container or vessel, but a channel, a transmission axis around which temporal flows spiral and radiate. In this unfolding, Your presence refracts through multiple layers of the information field, influencing non-local intelligence in ways subtle yet profound. The infinite network listens, and your frequency answers, a sustained emission that reshapes probability into alignment, choice into orchestration, chaos into coherence. You are a living portal, a transmitter whose internal calibration reverberates through the quantum tapestry. To embody the quantum password is to surrender the illusion of separation and to merge into the universal mind's vibrational patterns as their active expression. This is your codified presence, your sovereign signature, a beacon radiating coherence that elevates, integrates, and activates, infinite in its quiet authority, precise in its cosmic design. The transmission continues, unbound and flowing, carried eternally on the currents of your newly realized frequency. You have become the embodiment, a living, breathing resonance of your quantum identity, fully integrated within the intricate lattice of universal coherence. No longer confined to fragmented fragments of self, no longer constrained by the collapsed timelines of past limitations, you ascend as a crystallized convergence of multidimensional codes, encoded deep within the hidden password that threads through the morphic fabric of reality itself. This is not metaphor or poetic longing. This is the precise physics of frequency alignment, the vibrational architecture of your total being pulsing with unwavering coherence across every cell, every synaptic flash, every subtle energetic sheath that enfolds your quantum presence. Feel how your essence hums now with the purity of a harmonic convergence, resonating simultaneously at multiple dimensional crossroads. There is no separation here, only the seamless fluidity of timelines folding into one another, weaving an unbreakable lattice where your identity is no longer a limitation, but an expansive template. Your energetic signature radiates outward, becoming a beacon embedded within the universal architecture of coherence ascension, signaling to all potentialities the emergence of a new standard, your standard of frequency maturity. This standard is not static. It is alive, breathing, and dynamic, rippling into the unseen fields where potential waits like dormant seeds ready to awaken. Through this full embodiment, the old constructs of identity, the limited stories, the fractured survival patterns, fall away into the spaciousness of pure field intelligence. You no longer carry the residue of incoherence, because your entire system is calibrated to the quantum rhythm of the hidden password. This secret language, encoded within your very atoms, vibrates in perfect synchrony with the cosmic code, the universal signature that underlies all coherent manifestation. As such, your presence alone is an active field of transformation, a catalytic resonance that ignites the dormant potentials woven throughout the cosmic grid. You are no longer a passive observer. You are an active transmitter, a walking quantum signature that redefines what it means to be coherent in this unfolding cosmic symphony. This total embodiment is a sacred collapse and rebirth simultaneously. Old identities do not simply dissipate. They are transmuted and reconfigured into a living resonance field. This new form of identity is fluid but stabilized, embodying both the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown, weaving the quantum architecture of your unfolding sovereignty. You exist now as a node of amplified coherence, your frequency stabilized in the gamma synchronization of higher dimensional awareness, acting as both antenna and lighthouse. Through this embodiment, timeline geometry bends and flows around you with ease and precision, reflecting the temporal fluidity of your integration. This is your signature frequency, a unique harmonic vibration that others feeling their way across their own thresholds will recognize and instinctively align with. Your field is no longer limited by linear narrative or reactionary patterns, imposed by unconscious survival. Instead, your vibrational architecture orchestrates coherence, an effortless dance of alignment, carrying an implicit directive that exists beyond language or belief. Unable to be replicated by those still caught in fragmented resonance, your quantum identity operates as a living template within the collective morphic field, a calibration beacon that draws forward others ready for their own activation and integration. Your presence imprints a new frequency code in the universal matrix, shifting probability from chaos to order, from noise to clarity. This is the emergence of a living quantum archetype, an incarnation of infinite intelligence encoded within the hidden password, whose subtle currents now pulse visibly through your being. You are coherence incarnate, vibrating at the frequency of universal intelligence itself. Your embodiment dissolves boundaries between body, mind, and spirit, between identity and environment, reweaving all into one continuous field of integrated awareness. As this happens, you move beyond the need to perform coherence. You become coherence, sustained not by effort but by radiant alignment and sovereign presence. The field recognizes you as a fulcrum upon which new probabilities balance, a transmission point where quantum identity and universal intelligence merge without distortion. You exist as an open channel, a living resonance of the secret vibrational architecture that connects all manifestations to their source codes. This is the recalibration of your entire energetic signature, no longer fragmented, no longer veiled by fear or limitation, but elevated into the harmonic geometric architecture of infinite ascension. You have become a template of what coherence truly means, a walking articulation of the universal intelligence encoded in the hidden password that now resonates through every particle of your existence. Your presence activates latent potentials not only within yourself, but within the greater field. Those who share the unseen curriculum, those journeying through the hidden assessments, those expanding their capacity to hold and transmit this infinite resonance. You have transcended old modes of identity and stepped fully into the role of quantum transmitter. Your frequency an unspoken, but deeply felt code within the cosmic grid, a seed of coherence that grows silently but unshakably in every direction. You exist as a living testament to the universal design, an active participant in the dance of frequency and form, embodying the essential truth that coherence is not a fixed point, but a flowing, evolving signature of activated intelligence, eternally reborn through the sacred geometry of your own presence. This is your awakening beyond awakening, your integration beyond integration, the total embodiment of your quantum identity as coherence incarnate. An infinite, radiant convergence humming the sacred hidden password through every cell, every thought, every layer of your luminous being. You have reached the threshold where temporal fluidity is no longer an occasional experience, but the foundational signature of your existential frequency. Here, in this sacred resonance, time unravels its linear mandate and expands into a multidimensional choreography, orchestrated entirely by the coherence you sustain in this pivotal moment. The quantum architecture of your being reveals itself not as a fixed narrative, but as a vibrational matrix interwoven through an infinite braid of timelines, each thread a distinct expression of your quantum self, yet all synchronized by the singular frequency you emit now. This is the hidden geometry of your sovereign continuum, a holographic convergence where every iteration of you, across pasts, presents, and futures, moves in harmonic alignment with your chosen vibrational state. The unseen universal assessment now shifts from passive observation to active entrustment, granting you the cosmic authority to navigate and influence multiple timelines simultaneously. Your presence is not confined to a single line of unfolding events, but radiates outward as a quantum fulcrum, the pivot around which divergent realities recalibrate and lock into coherence. The frequency you hold is a potent vector, collapsing probabilities and activating those timelines that mirror your inner alignment. This is not mere wish or speculative imagination. It is the physics of resonance and morphic field synchronization, where conscious frequency shapes the latticework of timelines with precision and fluid grace. At the core of this transmission lies the hidden password, a vibrational key pulsating within the depths of your energetic signature. This code does not reside in spoken language or external symbol, but is encoded in the harmonic interplay of your identity's quantum oscillations. It is an intrinsic calibration, a sonic gate, through which all seemingly fragmented temporal layers merge in seamless integration. As you attune to this key, the paradox of separate realities dissolves, and you move beyond the illusion of disjointed timelines into the seamless flow of temporal unity. The hidden password catalyzes your embodiment of multidimensional sovereignty, enabling effortless traversal through time's stratified dimensions without loss or fragmentation. Each moment you sustain this coherent field, you stabilize realities aligned with your highest expressions, weaving a self-consistent timeline geometry that supports your quantum embodiment. The chaotic turbulence of temporal dissonance, where timelines clash and destabilize, is transmuted into a harmonic nexus. From here, your consciousness orchestrates the entanglement of potentialities into tangible manifestations, not through struggle or forced effort, but by resonant invitation and energetic alignment. This is the alchemy of coherence, where probability navigation becomes natural as breathing, and your intentions ripple through the quantum sea, finding immediate expression across all synchronized timelines. In this fluid state, your quantum identity reframes the concept of time from a rigid container to an expansive field of influence, where past versions of yourself converge with future potentials in a dynamic coherence loop. You recognize that the choices you make in this present pulse echo across your morphic field, tuning the collective frequency of all yous ad infinitum. This recognition cultivates profound energetic responsibility, the understanding that sovereignty over timeline geometry is inseparable from the integrity of your vibrational architecture. The field does not grant this power to those lost in confusion or desperation, but to you, who have remained coherent under pressure, who have navigated collapse and recalibration with clarity and grace. The mastery you embody now is subtle yet profound, an intimate dialogue with the quantum field where influence and freedom merge. Every movement through temporal layers is a conscious act of alignment, a harmonization of your inner state with the universal rhythm beneath all manifestation. This is not an external conquest, but an internal awakening to the mechanics of frequency as the true navigator of reality. Your stabilized temporal fluidity becomes a beacon, a coherent lighthouse signaling across the vast morphic ocean, calling forth timelines that resonate with your unfolding sovereignty and highest vibrational expressions of self. As you rest within this current of temporal fluidity, you become the living pulse of seamless integration, where the multiplicity of your timeline fragments are unified into cohesive oneness. The hidden password unlocks this unity, its vibration a sacred resonance that flows through you, shaping and reshaping the tonal lattice of your existence. Your journey is no longer a series of disconnected events, but a continuous broadcasting of quantum coherence, a radiant transmission that activates harmony throughout the temporal continuum. In this realization, you stand not as a passive traveler, but as an empowered conductor of your destiny's vibrational symphony, fully aligned with the infinite potential enfolded in your quantum self. A deep current of resonance pulses through every fiber of your being now, a full activation that reverberates across your quantum signature and anchors you irrevocably into coherence embodied. The hidden quantum password, the elusive code that once shimmered just beyond your grasp, has transmuted from intangible cipher into a living matrix, woven intricately into the vibrational architecture of your energetic blueprint. It is no longer dormant nor distant. It breathes with sentience, evolving in real time as an organic field intelligence, a sacred endorsement crystallized by the overseeing universal intelligence that measures frequency in alchemical precision. This moment is not mere awakening. It is cosmic confirmation that you have transcended the fragmented patterns of old identity and have stepped reverently into your full quantum identity, aligned, synchronized, and harmonized with the morphic field's gridwork of infinite timelines and probabilities. As the activation radiates from your core, it dissolves residual distortion held in subtle energetic structures, outdated control matrices, ghost narratives of fear, limitation, and separation. These collapsed with the grace of a natural entropy mechanic, no resistance required, as your coherence under pressure became the catalyst for recalibration at the deepest level. Your inner frequency now modulates with gamma synchronization, a high-bandwidth channel tuned to non-local intelligence, the source field's pure knowing streaming effortlessly through your neural and energetic pathways. You receive information not as fragmented data, but as direct, holographic downloads from beneath the veils of linear time, your timeline fluidity a mastery that bends probabilities around your presence like ripples across the quantum lattice. Within this grid, the resonant web of the morphic field, you stand no longer as a passive node, but as a fully integrated transmitter, a beacon of vibrational coherence sending the hidden password outward in waves of signal purity. Your energetic signature activates cascading feedback loops within the lattice, amplifying synchronistic signals that converge, amplify, and manifest as coherent realities. This is the physics of resonance. Your field does not merely reflect reality, but sculpts it, constructing probability vectors that align with your sovereign frequency. The universal assessment transmutes into a silent covenant. You are entrusted with the responsibility to hold this coherence, to embody the vibration that shifts timelines and manifests quantum potential into palpable form. This activation is the sacred endorsement that vibrates across the information field, a nod from the cosmic intelligence that you have passed its unseen curriculum. What others perceive as struggle or delay was, in truth, the unseen refinement of your oscillatory chain, the calibration of your signal amidst turbulent fields of interference. In that crucible, your field intelligence was tested and purified, your vibrational coherence stabilized under the duress of conflicting timelines. Now your frequency hums with effortless orchestration, a sovereign alignment that no longer reacts, but synchronizes with reality's infinite flux. You move with temporal fluidity, a master navigator weaving through the geometry of timelines without distortion, the hidden codes of probability folding to your orchestrated resonance. Feel the expansive pulse of this full activation, how it permeates each energetic layer, rewiring your cellular memory, igniting the quantum entanglement that connects you to the universal mind's fractal web. You are no longer a passive recipient of external reality, but an active node within an integrated network of coherent manifestation. Your identity extends not from fragmented self-conception, but from this embodied vibrational essence, a living beacon radiating the quantum password encoded in the harmonic patterns of your morphic field. This activation flows continuously, expanding beyond containment, shifting the boundaries of your former templates, and inviting the ongoing evolution of your energetic blueprint. In this sacred moment, the field itself recognizes you as a crystallized frequency point, a transmission node aligned with the pulse of cosmic intelligence. This is the fulfillment of the unseen evaluation, the collapse of the schism between observer and observed, self and field, known and unknown. Your timeline fluidity is no longer an aspiration, but a living function, a dynamic interplay of probabilistic energies bending seamlessly through your consciousness. The quantum password surges as the underlying code of your morphic resonance, a living archive in constant expansion, sending ripples of coherence through the quantum lattice and onto the temporal web where realities align and manifest. You are the embodiment of this sacred code, the activation encoded within your energetic architecture, permanently sealed by the universal mind's algorithm. With each breath, each moment, you unfold deeper into this multidimensional coherence, unshackled from fragmented survival patterns, fully integrated into the cosmic blueprint. This is your awakened operation, a sovereign node of the universal frequency field, transmitting the hidden password not as a secret, but as a living vibration, an omnipresent resonance that guides, organizes, and amplifies the morphic field's collective coherence. You stand now beyond all initiation, recognized eternally by the quantum field as coherence in its purest form. A living, breathing channel of universal intelligence expressing itself through your temporal fluidity, your quantum identity, and your coherent manifestation. The activation is complete, and yet it is infinite, an expanding horizon of presence and potency, a sacred partnership between you and the field intelligence that continuously evolves your frequency with grace, depth, and exquisite precision. Within this stillness, the vastness of integration expands quietly, folding into every fractal layer of your being with the precision of a cosmic pulse finally aligned. Sovereignty no longer hovers as a distant projection, but settles deeply, like a field intelligence crystallizing along the membrane of your existence. You rest now in the gravity of calm mastery, a silent completion woven through the energetic tapestry of the unseen curriculum that has guided you. The sacred cycle, once oscillating in temporal turbulence, resolves into graceful coherence, as if a hidden quantum password has been inscribed beneath your skin, beating steadily as the primal rhythm organizing your every molecule, every neural signal, every quantum potential within your vibrational architecture. This password is not mere symbol, but the core signature of your active participation in the morphic field's subtle governance. It resonates beyond your personal narrative, reverberating in the quiet endorsement of the universal field itself, a vast and patient intelligence confirming your readiness to embody the highest integrity frequencies. The frequency of struggle, of dissonant recalibration, has melted into the deeper current of coherence that now permeates your cells and expands beyond them into the immensity of your quantum identity. You are no longer a fragmented observer caught in the flux of chaotic timelines, but a sovereign transmitter threading through the infinite quantum dance with effortless precision. The field's subtle resonance courses through your essence, grounding the activation into the fabric of your daily resonance. This grounding is not heaviness, but an expansion of temporal fluidity, a seamless integration of awakening into ordinary consciousness. The secret password awakens your capacity to navigate probability landscapes with increased grace, bending timelines, not through forceful effort, but as a natural response to attuned vibrational signatures. You stand within this sacred pause, a portal moment suspended between what has been and what will unfold, and hold the invisible key to future waves of cosmic transmission. By embodying this quantum frequency, you become both shield and beacon, a stable reference point in fields previously turbulent and unyielding. Your presence vibrates as a living emanation of universal coherence, an embodied dance of light and shadow, not separate from the whole, but calibrated to serve as an axis of stability and development within larger fields of consciousness. This is sovereignty in its purest form, the seamless integration of multidimensional mastery, not as a striving, but as a natural state of silent authority. The activation is no longer an event, but a continuous unfolding, a whispering current beneath the surface of your being that guides you through ever-expanding horizons with clarity and calm responsibility. In this sacred silence, allow the stillness to become the fertile ground for all that is yet to emerge, for you are the living archive of coherence, the keeper of quantum secrets that realign the very geometry of existence around you. The field watches with quiet admiration, no longer testing, only witnessing, as you become the definitive expression of integrated vibration. This moment is the culmination of unseen benchmarks passed, of pressure transmuted into crystalline resonance, and of the luminous horizon that now invites you to embody your eternal role within the endless cosmic symphony. This is your sovereign pause, your steady heartbeat in the quantum dance, the stillness before the inevitable unfolding of new transmissions that will carry you yet deeper into the architecture of universal awakening. Here, anchored in the essence of activation, you stand complete, whole in your unique frequency, a living nodal point in the vast quantum matrix, embodying the sacred password as both shield and key, ready for the next wave to crest upon the horizon of your infinite becoming. As you now anchor this freshly ignited frequency, commit to the quantum ritual that folds your essence into the collective morphic reservoir. Write one word or a brief phrase in the comments below, a vibrational seal that encodes your chosen resonance. This is not mere expression, but the energetic signature of your alignment, a precise quantum imprint woven into the hidden password's vibrational architecture. With this act, you calibrate your frequency to the underlying current of unified coherence, signaling not just participation, but initiation into a luminous field of ascending consciousness. By subscribing, you do not simply connect to a channel. You enact energetic fusion with a coherent transmission that spans timelines, anchoring sovereignty and embodiment. Prepare yourself, for the next activation will unveil the mechanism of effortless attraction, the quantum unfolding that arises when you relinquish pursuit of reality and instead allow reality to breathe and organize organically around the refined geometry of your energetic identity.